Hey y'all, it's the Calm and Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl. And this one, guys, is gonna be this was requested. So I'm gonna do it. And I have really been checking out the research, and I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on with them. And this is on because I'm doing several. So this is Victoria Monet and KEHLANI, okay? And I also Googled who KEHLANI is, I think, supposedly or allegedly dating now. So we'll pull her up too, okay? But I do have the questions listed that y'all asked. So we're going to get on into it, okay? So this one was pretty cool. And actually, guys, I have a deck that I pulled out, and it is called the Realist Oracle. So we'll pull some key cards out of there for this. This one is really dope. Happy Pride to all my Pride people out there. You know, I love everybody. I love all y'all, okay? So I thought this was a really dope deck by this lady named Kendra Austin, okay? And it's called Finding Magic in the Mundane. And this is a LGBTQ deck. And look, the box is so cool. And it's been a long time since I've used it, you know, but I like it. It's really nice. And of course, she has the guidebook with it for anybody that's interested. And this is what the artwork looks like. I'm sorry. You know, I always like to show y'all stuff before I start to use it. So we'll definitely use this one for them. And we can just use it, period. But I just thought about that and thought it was cool. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what's going on with them. All right, Soul Family. So y'all definitely put me to work. I didn't expect for it to go long, but we did ask about 3 different people because I went ahead and asked for y'all too in regards to KEHLANI and K1. I hope I'm saying her name right. And y'all please correct me if I got it wrong, okay? But she seems really dope though. So this was really cool. I enjoyed the reading. It's interesting. But all I'm going to say, girl, KEHLANI, sister, my Ifa sister, you a whole mess, girl. I love you. Listen, y'all, tell me what y'all think. Definitely sound off in the comments, and let's get into the messages. And I hope y'all enjoy this one, all right?
Was married. Okay, she had a whole family situation. A lot of people on social media knew her and her husband, and they were like kind of like this family, unit situation going on. And she divorced him to go outside. Okay, so divorcing him to go outside and then, dipping in the lady pond and in the male pond, and then still sitting here trying to figure things out and feeling stressed out and overwhelmed is to be expected, because a lot of times they believe that the grass is way greener outside than it was in their relationship, only to go out there and then realize like, oh, these people don't really want me for me. Oh, there's no depth to my relationships. Oh, I'm kind of out here and doing my thing, but nobody's taking me seriously.
Sexual thing. Yeah. So maybe they don't take me seriously. But when I think of my next relationship, I've been in a space where I want, because I'm feeling so feminine, like I want the opposite energy, and I'm feeling like a masculine, or maybe it's a masculine woman.
I gotta be honest with you. Okay. This search of like, oh, I'm feeling my feminine energy and I feel like I want that masculine energy. Maybe I want a masculine woman. I don't know. I kind of feel like she's just using that as like a smooth over, trying not to kind of like offend anybody. But she knows she done dating women. Okay. She basically said she tried it, went out there, did her thing, and it's a no for her.
But when I think of my next relationship, I've been in a space where I want, because I'm feeling so feminine, like I want the opposite energy, and I'm
right. When you hear her trying to say, oh, well, I'm just trying to, when it comes to energy or whatever, I think she's trying to polish that off. Make it sound better than it is, because she already said that it's horrible. She already said that they're worse than the men. That would not make me believe that she's trying to go back there. Right? Again, I feel like she's just trying to pretty it up. And it's so funny because when her ex-husband was sitting down on a podcast, you know, he was even asked like, oh, if he would rekindle with her or whatever. And the look on his face alone let it be known that that was over.
Before we get out of here, though, I do got to ask. Provided, you know, everything, provided, you know, healing has been done, you know what I mean, and time has passed, you know. Would you want her back?
But he's like, I don't want to be wound up in this mess. You know, he's like, she don't got to tell me more than once that she don't want to be with me. I'm good. I'm
not sure. I've never really tried that. The women that I've dated are like, have been like
sexy too.
Yeah, a little bit femme, a little bit more like in the middle or more femme than masculine. But I also think about like children.
You see what I'm saying? This is a smooth over. This is a pretty up the conversation, because if you're thinking about children, but she was married.
You know that in the early 2020s, which is like such an insane thing to say, but in the early 2020s. So if you're in the lesbian community, you know that in the early 2020s, which is like such an insane thing to say, but in the early 2020s, there were a lot of rumors swirling around that R&B singers KEHLANI and Victoria Monet were a thing. And not only were they a thing, but they were often writing songs about the fact that they were a thing and about each other. Particularly because when Victoria Monet put out the remix to her song Touch Me, featuring KEHLANI, the chemistry that existed between the two of them made all the gays say, y'all are being gay together. But at the time, neither one of them was out for anything, not even as bisexual. So they didn't confirm they were dating, but they also didn't deny it. That was until August of 2023 when Victoria Monet was on the podcast High Low with Emrata. And she all but confirmed that at the minimum, her and KEHLANI definitely had a romantic past. I did watch in full to make sure I knew what I was talking about before I made this video. She revealed to Emily that the original version of the song Touch Me was about KEHLANI before she hopped on the remix. That when they were in the studio recording the remix to the song, she was actually pregnant with her first child by her ex-boyfriend, Chainer John Gaines. And she mentioned that fact because she was just like, you know, I was appreciative of the fact that he wasn't jealous of me being in the studio with my ex recording a song, a remix to a song that was about her. And then when Emily asked her if she was still friends with KEHLANI, considering that was her ex, she was like, yeah, we're still friends. I'm not the type of person who just like never speaks to a person ever again or never deals with a person ever again just because we're no longer together romantically. So basically with this interview, she validated everything that the fans and lesbians have thought about her and KEHLANI's relationship all of that time. Then just the other day, she was on yet another podcast promoting her new album, Way Up with Angela Yee. She was asked directly if anyone has ever made a song about her, and her response has all the lesbians talking. They feel like her answer to that question basically confirmed everyone's suspicion that KEHLANI's Grammy Award-winning song Folded is about her. Now, I will say she didn't name any names, but people are definitely trying to read between the lines on this one. She confirmed that yes, people have written songs about her and made it clear that she enjoys being the inspiration behind meaningful records, especially when they turn out to be successful. Which is why people think she's talking about KEHLANI's song Folded, because again, it just won her first Grammy earlier this year. So,
lesbians, after tons of speculation surrounding their relationship, K1 and KEHLANI have announced that they are dating, as if they were spreading good news. The parasocial relationships that fans have with Little Miss Female Chris Brown is damn near on the Swifties level. I don't think this is a good move for her career. KEHLANI does have a pattern of dating the same type of woman, besides that little Demi Lovato hiccup, allegedly, then dumping them with a quickness when the relationship doesn't serve her anymore. That's so Lori Harvey of her. It's fine, she should do what's best for her and her child. Not K1 trying to be a stud stepdaddy. The finest mass lesbians love them a single mother, don't they? The pair have been touring for quite some time, and I'm sure tons of women have been throwing themselves at them from left to right. These women are just a couple of co-workers that have crossed the line of professionalism. Not to worry, my dear sweet lesbians. That biracial lady is going to dump K1 faster than she can say, paint your nails the... Uh-oh, you've pissed off the lesbian.
Vocally, she's got it. Performance-wise, incredible. Songwriting, elite. Vocally, she's got it. Performance-wise, incredible. Songwriting, elite. Victoria Monet should be a much bigger star than she is. But superstar status has less to do with talent and everything to do with memorability. And Victoria Monet still lacks a strong visual identity to separate her in the minds of audiences. There's no defining visual language, no instantly recognizable era, no signature association that people instantly recognize with her. And whether you want to admit it or not, iconic brands are remembered visually first. There's Rihanna's Good Girl Gone Bad era. It completely changed how people saw her globally. Zendaya's transformation when she paired up with La Roche and became a fashion icon that was undeniable. And I could go on forever about the visuals that Madonna served. At some point, talent has to evolve into iconography. And that's the difference between being respected and becoming unforgettable. So do you agree or disagree? More brand breakdown.
Or misunderstood you at times. I think I'm partly to blame because I came out the gate with a song like that was so sexual and so like visual wise was so mysterious, and all the content stuff I was doing, and it kind of not put me in a box, but I feel like that's now what people expect from me. And now like I'm going into more like the vulnerable side of me and just being a bit more open and honest about the feelings that I get, just like everybody else. I feel like people are like, oh, we thought you was just this sex freak, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I think, but it obviously helped me. Like, it took me so many steps up. And then obviously KEHLANI as well, like she boosted it like I never could have imagined, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't think I would be where I am today without her being on that remix, if I'm really honest with you. So I owe a lot to her. But yeah, just, it took me a good few steps up, you know? It just it kind of fast tracked me a little bit.
Do you feel like the
Hey, Soul Family. Back again. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into, well, you know, I always talk about the Astro first. So I wanted to get into that because I thought it was really interesting. I'm glad that I do this because it really tells a lot of the story. And I think y'all gonna be really interested to hear how these two energies did connect. Because you know I had to get on into it and see, right? So, okay, so since we're doing KEHLANI, right? And of course we're gonna do Victoria Monet because this was what, you know, the two of them together at some point. But from what I see, the KEHLANI may also be dating the artist, and I googled her. She was a British pop singer. KWN'S is what, because I didn't understand with the question. You know, I was like, okay. So now we here. And so I wasn't able to get much about KWN, but she is the Aries sun. Okay, so let's talk about KEHLANI first. Let's get into her. She is a sun in Taurus, guys, and she has a moon in Pisces. I'm gonna go into, you know, like a little synastry and their connection with Victoria Monet, but I wanted to highlight this for y'all before I get into them. Victoria Monet is also a Taurus sun and a Pisces moon. So isn't that interesting that they both, you know, have the same moon and the same sun? So the attraction, I'm sure for them, was instant, right? Very interesting to see. That's what I love about astrology. So I was like, I know y'all gonna love to hear, you know, those key factors or whatnot, okay? So let's talk about them two real quick. They have the same sun and moon combination, you know, and again, that's rare, okay? So the both of them, like I said, they connected immediately. You know, both women are artistic, sensual, especially KEHLANI, baby, right? You know, it looks like when I was pulling up Victoria Monet, I had never really paid attention to her, and I didn't realize that she was even from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm trying to remember what I know her from. She's a beautiful girl. I definitely seen her. I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, I think she's real pretty or whatnot. But what I noticed was that in her interview, she's a romantic. You know, she believes, it's like, it looked like she's been maybe wounded in love, but you could tell that she believes in it, right? So both women are, to me, in that energy, their placements very intuitive and creative, okay? And both are really deeply, highly connected to music. And that's something that they had in common, right? Now, Taurus Pisces is also one of the most creative combinations in, astrology and the astro chart, right? This is like considered the artist's signature. So this is what they connected on, right? Also, they feel the music more. I know that people were talking about a particular song that maybe KEHLANI wrote and vice versa, back and forth, right? So a lot of that energy for them, okay? KEHLANI, her strength, she has her Mars in Leo, guys. So she is a mess. And Mars, she's definitely a performer. She's a star. She's beautiful. She has the stage presence, and her attention, is magnetic, right? Another thing is that her Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So that explains the travel, the global recognition for her, expansion, all of that, and freedom. Okay, let's talk about that. Also, Mars is like her North Node, let me stay on track, it's in Scorpio. So this is about soul growth for her, right? Transformation, rebirth. And for KEHLANI, a lot of deep emotional truths, okay? So I want to say something. I'm going to keep going, but I want to add something that stands out both to me in their charts as far as how they can maybe go through things in life and experience things in life and where they'll land, okay? But again, the Chiron is in Virgo for K, right? And so that's the energy of perfectionism, I'm not good enough, overgiving, or self-criticism, okay? Now, for 2026, this year highlights for KEHLANI is beautiful because the Cancer transit right now, Jupiter in Cancer, really supports home and family and a lot of emotional creativity for her, right? Also, this activates her Taurus Pisces energy really beautifully, okay? Because as you know, when Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, she's exalted. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, is exalted at a Pisces degree, okay? So it's interesting, right? Also, Saturn in Aries energy, okay? Remember, her Venus is there. So what we can possibly see for her ahead is relationship reality checks, defining relationships for K, right? And maturing in love, all right? Less fantasy and more honesty maybe we'll start to see from her, okay? Because, baby, she just like, what I got for her is she is a mess. She is like the you know what I'm saying, the player version of for the women. And I have, believe it or not, seen her a few times because we both, I don't know if she's still, I don't know, but definitely a part of my community, my EFI community. And definitely I've seen her several times at my godfather. She's very beautiful too when you see her, and very quiet too, to herself. Victoria Monet, Venus in Taurus, okay? So that's interesting. And that's about luxury, beauty, and definitely romance, okay? But also loyalty. And it's interesting with the placements, you got loyalty, then you might got somebody who just like to do what they gonna do. The Mercury is in Gemini, which is different from KEHLANI. So Victoria is very, communicative. Communication is big for her. She's curious, and we clearly see, right? Her Mars is in Cancer, so she's more emotional security, family, loved ones, and when you see her kind of speak, you get that energy. It's like a softness, right? Saturn being in Capricorn is extremely powerful for her. So this situation can be kind of hard for her right now. And let me explain. With Saturn being in Capricorn for her, it's about long-term success, respect, and longevity, right? And so with Saturn, remember, Saturn is Chronos and Father Time. So things get better with age. And I saw someone speak on Why her career not taking off? Why she not able to, yada, yada, yada. Because with Saturn being in Capricorn, it's long-term success. So we'll see some things from her maybe in the latter. But right now, it's about building blocks and her staying the course and coming up with a plan on how she's going to move forward and take action with her career, right? So 2026 highlights for her as well. They have similar charts, which is that Jupiter and Cancer energy, which this will help her a lot, especially her, with the family growth energy, relationships, of course, creativity and stability, right? Now, Saturn being in Aries could challenge Taurus placements, okay? So that's how they can go back and forth, okay? Also, the synastry between them, again, same sun, same moon. And I'm going to stress it. That's a big deal. That's the connection that everybody's like, oh, what? And again, they're shared things, they're shared likes, okay? And the issue isn't necessarily attraction for them. It's just similarity, right? Sometimes like two Pisces, the energy together, they can avoid difficult conversations. They can protect each other's feelings. And they definitely, can drift instead of confront, right? But then the two Taurus sun energy, that sun, Taurus, oh my God. Y'all stubborn, refuse to move. So imagine that and that. And that's where it's like that emotional gridlock comes in between the two of them, right? So in the chart, what I thought was interesting for them as far as when we look at same-sex relationship indicators, my thought process when I pulled up their charts, which I thought was interesting, Victoria's 7th house is in Aquarius, which is a key indicator of, alternative relationships, as well as KEHLANI has a 7th house Aquarius partnership house. So both ladies are going to definitely be open in who they date. It could be, it's just what it is. It's a placement. And I'm going to say something. KEHLANI's Uranus is there. So baby, she just a mess. Oh my God. And disruptive. Okay, I love her. She is a whole mess. All right. So, but again, both charts again. But that's what stuck out to me the most with them. And I just wanted to tap into that. Also, K1 and KEHLANI, right? Aries sun for K1, the energy, the energy around them is good. Because it's like the Aries is the fire and it's fast. Their Taurus energy is slow. So it's like, let's go. And then Taurus might be like, well, let's think about it, right? And why they work is it's immediate physical attraction and a protective energy that the K1 brings with that Aries, which is more of a masculine. It's masculine placements, right? And it brings excitement to KEHLANI. And she looked like she loved excitement, right? So where they can run into red tape is KEHLANI may want movement, forward energy with that Aries, Mars. And Taurus, they gonna want certainty. I'm sorry, that's K1 with the Aries energy. And Taurus is, she might be, And so I feel like ahead, like we said, we talked about what the outcomes could be. Definitely for KEHLANI, a lot of creativity and more projects that we will see coming out for her. And she probably creating a lot of things right now, writing and all that beautiful stuff, especially at this time, and feeling really inspired. The same for Victoria Monet, but she might be actually learning skills and getting into some things. So definitely finna get into the cards. Let's see what's up with all of them. But let me say something real quick. And this is, remember I said there was one thing I wanted to say that I had heard when because I'm learning astrology, that when you have that South Node, if I'm not mistaken, because both of them have it, right? Okay, so no. They got the Taurus in the 10th house is Victoria Monet, okay? And then KEHLANI, she's a Taurus sun, also in the 10th house, right? So her opposite is that Scorpio energy, right? That's in the 4th house of home. So North Node Scorpio, yeah. Her North Node is in Scorpio, KEHLANI, and that South Node is clearly in Taurus. So let me look at Victoria and say what I was gonna say real quick. They got the same placement, and what's interesting is that no, Victoria's North Node is in Pisces, right? But she has Pluto here. Yeah, in her Scorpio. That's kind of powerful though, in a sense, and very magnetic, but also transformational, deeply transformational. But the point that I was trying to make, and let's get on into the cards, is that when you have that Taurus energy as a South Node, it's the energy of people who could be materialistic, all about the money, all the luxury, all the beauty, the valuables, you know, all of that. You know, any of that, whatever you want to call it, right? Shallow, any of that energy. And with that North Node Scorpio, it's like they could sell out. They could be a sellout. They may sell their soul for the money, right? But remember, the Scorpio is deep transformation. So when they go through these, you know, shadow of the dark night of the soul and low points, when they really go through situations in life and through those endings, they transform, right? Because the goal is to come out of that South Node energy and move towards your North Node. And a good example that I heard when they gave was Justin Bieber. Okay, so now transforming into the man that he's becoming, right? You know, not all flashy anymore, all of the things, right? Transforming into, you know, just into your being, into what you're destined to do, okay? So let's get into the cards. Okay, I got it now. I see it. So, y'all said, somebody said that Victoria, can you do KEHLANI, Victoria? They've been on and off since 2018. And since they've been on and off, y'all said the last 2 years, they've been on and off again. From even, I didn't even know they spanned it back that long. Wow, that's a wow. And then you wrote, Victoria recently blocked KEHLANI in December after being together on Thanksgiving. Oh, okay. And KEHLANI and that's who I didn't know when I saw it. KWN unfollowed Victoria Monet. Oh, the message. Okay, let's get into it. So now we asking about KEHLANI. Because even when we ask in the current energy and we get into the love, I know y'all still want to know what's going on with her, right? So let's see. Just give y'all clear and precise messages. That's funny. I'm going to take it. Spirit, please give me y'all clear and precise messages. Come up with energy. What's to come? Do this. Money. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. That felt genuine. A few more. There we go. Thank you. So that's the bottom. And that's the top. She a mess. Listen, KEHLANI be causing these folks hell out here. You hear me? Opposition and balance, baby. When I see that card, it's not, you know, she could be experiencing some oppositions and situations, you know, of course, life. We're going to get into the tarot. But when she's in her relationships and just in her life, you know, with KEHLANI, it looks like when you see balance, to me, it's the energy of two, which would be, to me, partnerships, and that seemed like it's a key thing for her in regards to how she dates and how she deals with things. So when she is dealing with people, a lot of relates, the energy mirrors each other. It confronts. And so it's funny because we asking about Victoria Monet, and that's the energy that this card speaks to me. That's what stands out. Remember, they got the same sun and moon. So they relate to each other, but they also mirror, right? That's interesting. So not in any particular order, but I just want to make you laugh because the cards, even when y'all saw me flip them again, and even when they came out in a clump, let's go. But I'm going to leave these right here. So Uranus is on the table. And remember, it's funny because that's in KEHLANI's partnership house, okay? So this is the energy that represents, to me, her difference in, like you said, same-sex partnerships, things like that, right? Because Uranus rules Aquarius, and Aquarius is her partnership house, correct? So also, when Uranus is on the table, it's shakeups, like Tower card moment. This is what this represents. So these two mirrored each other, and eventually what happens is the shakeup. They have a breakdown or a Tower moment because it's right here in the messages, right? But also for KEHLANI, breakthroughs, and she could really, really be going through, especially with Jupiter being in Cancer right now, and really, a huge spiritual awakening, okay? Making some changes, but this is about freedom for her. So she is who she is, and she gonna do what she wanna do, and she gonna live her life. It's just what it is, right? And, when you see her, be prepared for the unexpected, right? Capricorn energy, the boss, right? So discipline, lessons are going to be learned or being learned right now at this time. Getting stability, and that could mean a lot of different things. When you see that energy, let's see where it is in her house. It's in the 6th house. It's in the work house. No, that's Victoria. Let's go back. Okay. Yeah, they got their chart mirror. So yeah. 6th house, work house, the boss, getting them routines back in place, making plans, getting prepared to, more than likely, with Uranus is, all her situations, creativity and going on the road, but also this speaks to getting discipline and structure, maybe even in her relationship house. But to me, this is more work, right? More blessings. Neptune, I can't make it up. Neptune is the industry, and that's her Pisces moon. Didn't I say for KEHLANI, very good with ahead as far as work, her work house, her money house, okay? And remember I said she's gonna be very much more creative, so a lot of new things. And again, we may even see the unexpected from her, which looks like it's gonna be really good, right? She on the table. It's a message. Ain't she a Taurus? Ain't she the bombshell? I can't make it up. And also, this is Owo on the table. And with Uranus, let me just say this. It can run that money up. With Capricorn too. Girl. Finances looking up, baby. Moon. Secrets. But also feelings, right? So she really highly emotional, even with all how she carry on, right? That is so funny. And look, isn't her 9th house? Remember I said travel. Even though I stopped, because I hadn't seen all the cards, but even with Capricorn being on the table, you know, Pisces to me backed it up. But this is her on tour, travel, foreign lands, all of those things, right? Yeah. And let me just say this also, fifth house is both of their house of partnerships. KEHLANI has Jupiter there. Okay? So, baby, she is a whole mess. You hear me? Oh, she a mess. Because remember, Jupiter expands things. And you know, in the zodiac, y'all know that Sagittarius is the damn ultimate bachelor. So that's the energy that KEHLANI giving. KEHLANI, you hell. And it's crazy because Victoria Monet damn near got like a mini stellium in that no, that's her Capricorn house. So in her fifth house, it doesn't mean anything bad. It's empty, right? So like I said, lightness definitely attracts, clearly. That proves. But with KEHLANI's placement there is Sagittarius, and she also she got one more thing in there. She got Jupiter in there. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's in the other house. But still, it expands things. So Jupiter is multiple people, multiple parts. She could just be doing what she wanna do. Bottom line. Aries, baby. Okay, this is her Mars energy. Listen, KEHLANI finna be on the move, making money, living her life, doing her thing. But with Capricorn on the table, it's still gonna be some type of lessons in relationships. You see where the opposition lie? But as far as she go, she moving and shaking. Money finna be made, tours. I mean, y'all let me know. I mean, she got a lot of you know, good energy on the table as far as all of that goes, right? And she's magnetic and finessing. I love it. Go off then, K. And then, you know, Scorpio is the fourth house of home. For her, in the energy, it's about transformation, right? But this is also sex, baby. And having a nice time. And let me just say this. This is where KEHLANI runs into problems. And we ain't even flipped the regular tarot yet. This is interesting. And she got quite a few cards that hit the table, and they all pertain to her. She got Scorpio and complexity because she is a mess. She just like a nigga. Straight up, right? And she come through just like an old Scorpio. Like my family, like Future. And just finessing, baby. The moon on the table, Neptune. Tell you what you want to hear. Gonna lick you up and down with their Aries like silk. And poor thing, they always be off balance once she come in and do and move how she gonna move, right? Scorpio done stung with the stinger. I can't take it. Woo. And you know what's so messy about KEHLANI with that? With that Scorpio fourth house, she could make folks feel like home and like she really into you. And then, boom, here comes the complexity. So it's complexity in the energy of being a runner. But remember, her Mars, that Aries placement is very strong, okay? But empowerment is here in conjunction again. She got blessings coming as far as career and all of that stuff. But her relationships are complicated, right? So let's get into the messages. I'm going to flip this deck, since it's the one that I was saying at the beginning, and we'll just pull some key cards because they're key words, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull the traditional tarot, right? So let's get some key words for them. I mean, for her. Let's get some. We're going to just pull like one. So we're going to get clear and precise on her current energy, okay? And then we'll ask about the energy around her and oh girl. Because clearly, you know, like she said, they off and on, right? Okay, so we'll take those. All right. Okay, so let's keep these because this makes sense, right? And we're going to go ahead. And let me just show you this too. We did see complexity in relationships, opposition and balance, but opposites do attract. So what we do know is that on some level, at some point, this is in the cards for K. Soulmate energy, right? So maybe K1 could be a soulmate vibe for her. Wow, we ain't even pulled the tarot yet, right? Explore, okay? We finna pull the tarot, and I'm gonna add to these. We got grief, okay? Fresh start. Solitude. Choose love. Y'all see that? These are cool. And I pulled from the top and the bottom. And look, got some really good cards. Marathon. That's right, King Nipsey. The motherfucking marathon gonna continue, baby. And look at the numbers on the card. 444. Finish line for K in divine timing, right? So let's pull the tarot and see where we land. Okay, girl. So let's see. KEHLANI. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. KEHLANI. Ooh, Tarzan. She talking. I wonder who she would be a child of. She a mess. You keep that sideways. Sorry. I gotta think about who I would think would be her head. Orisha. Let's see. KEHLANI. Sleep out sister. She could be showing go though with that masculine energy on Mars. We'll see. She leading the way. She blazing paths. You hear me? Like I said, she owns to some things in the energy and very creative with her projects now. Okay? Definitely a mess. Definitely very passionate. Girl, this girl, what we gonna do with you, Kay? Girl. Giving these people hell out here. Okay? So let's talk about it. So look, KEHLANI be playing. Coming in right away, you know. And it's funny because remember that first card in the Astro card was opposition. But remember the key word for opposition was balance, right? So, you know, it take me a second to unpack because there's so many different messages, right? Let me say this though. KEHLANI been, you know, she going through the same thing over and over again, right? So when you see judgment in reverse in the way that it is positioned in regards to what she got going on, it's like, it's right beside the Two of Cups. So this is the energy of indecisiveness, flip-flop, okay? You do what you want to do today, and if you feeling them, that's what you're doing. And baby, if you want to do something else, that's what you're going to do, right? It's also, to me, when it's right here next to this Two of Cups like that, it's the energy of failure to learn. It's like she keep doing the same patterns, right? Same situation all over and over again. So when you keep doing the same thing, you get the same toxic results and the same outcome. So she come in, you know, in the energy of, you know, like she, you know, on the upright to enjoy and have a good time. And then she love bomb them. Look, lick them up and rub them down and have folks all in their feels KEHLANI, you a mess with that devil card. I'm talking about messing folks up. Okay? But this stuff is a repetitive pattern for you, sis. And it causes grief. This is the breakdown. So it's like with Saturn there, right? Disciplining. Okay? Solitude. Sit down for a second. It's like she got to learn and evolve. You know, life is a marathon. Like Noop said. I say Noop. You know? So she in a learning curve. And I'm going to say something too with KEHLANI. I'm not again, we don't never diagnose anything. But she can also deal with mental health, okay? It's on the table. All right? But she like the ultimate bachelor, but the woman version of it. You get what I'm saying? Like a whole, I don't know who to say, because I'm just trying to think of somebody off the top of my head, but I know y'all probably gonna be sounding off in the comments. But when I tell you she come in and it's just look, the Seven of Swords here. She is a mess. And then listen, this is a situation where whoever she's in a relationship with right now, okay? It's a strong sexual connection. You see soulmate energy here, right? But what happens is she come on strong and she like a runner. She pulls back, right? And then she got start doing something else, right? With whoever else she want to do it with. And when the person realize it, I guess you could say get caught under whatever, everybody definition of getting caught is different. We all know that, right? So based on the terms of her relationships, is getting caught. And then it puts you in a situation where for her, things get off balance because her relationships are a real theme in her life, right? And this is for KEHLANI. So I don't think we ever seen her. I mean, I'm not, but I'm just saying, looking at it from what we see and when we hear things, she's always with a partner. So is it ever a time when she's had solitude, a time off from dating so she can refill her own cup and take care of herself, right? In the workhouse, right? And it's funny because it's sideways. Because you know why? As far as when it comes to her money and her career, she on top of it, right? But when it comes in to putting in work in these relationships, you can go ahead and just fall out laughing right now, okay? And then the shit goes bad, right? And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Going back and forth with somebody too. This somebody who in the energy, and this, like we said, we ain't even asked about Victoria Monet. But from what we can see, Kay do her thing, right? And she definitely on her way. Look, travel. Remember I said the tours are on the table. All of that. Let's ask about the energy around, like y'all asked about her and Victoria Monet, right? Let's see if these align. I'm going to use this bit. Please give me all clear. Okay, let me Tarzan, energy current, her, and Victoria Monet, Tarzan. I don't remember what caused they breakdown. We can can see what caused it, but let's just see from this standpoint. Around them spirit. Let's see. KEHLANI. Causing these folks grief out here. I'm gonna sit that right there. KEHLANI. Victoria Monet. Will cause their energy around that breakdown too. You know. Listen, the situation is this, and you can see it. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me pull these out. My nose itching. We getting all kind of messages, right? Strong, sexual connection between the two, you know. And remember, the moons and the sun both definitely matched. So a soulmate energy vibe, and maybe that's why you keep seeing them being off and on, off and on. And you know what speaks to off and on to me, in the way that my cards can come out, is sideways, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And remember, KEHLANI led with an energy of, you know, flip-flop, right? So with this energy right here, you know, they definitely connected very heavily. Strong attraction, especially, like I said, sexually, with this passion energy, okay? So very, very attracted to Victoria, but she, based on what KEHLANI's point of view, is that Victoria has some things, you know, personally, her own inner conflicts, her own inner being. Remember, they both got that Pisces moon, so highly intuitive, right? And Victoria needed more. KEHLANI ain't here for more. KEHLANI here to play and keep it moving, okay? She here to have a nice time, like Stefan Diggs, and only be around for a little bit of time. But she just here to play. Remember, one in, one out. And so this caused a breakdown between the two, because Victoria Monet wanted something more stable, right? It's interesting with this 7 of Wands saying worth fighting for, okay? Worth fighting for. And it just, like you said with the World card, seeking closure. And y'all, that is where the breakdowns, you know, her wanting more and her only here for what she here for, okay? And, you know, we're hearing about it now, but a timing card between these two, where you can see them maybe, again, remember y'all say on and off. So right now it's off. But in the next few months, you may see them, you know, I don't know if the word is dating per se, but maybe they can connect, right? Because the timing card is on the table. And solitude is here. So that is where, you know, the breakdown comes in the relationship. Remember, it says choose love. That's interesting. And for KEHLANI, it's about divine timing, okay? So let's add the energy around KEHLANI and K1. K1. Around them right now, they're together. What's the energy around these two? Spirit, because people saying they're together, some people saying that, from what I could see, it was kind of on, you know, up and down or questionable, right? So let's see. Look like they are based on what I saw, but then I don't know. This is kind of interesting, you know. I was thinking that about them too, but I'm finna unpack for y'all. Ooh, okay, we're gonna take that. That's the extra messages. Okay, so let's talk about it. We'll pick them up the way they feel, right? And it's funny because they fell sideways. People, this is so crazy. Okay. So we'll leave this right there. All right, so this is K and K1. K and K, okay? K and K. Okay, so let's talk about it. These two. Now, see, these messages are unfolding because the situation with Victoria Monet and KEHLANI is past tense, right? Or, you know, hot, cold, off and on. This is recent, okay? So, with this energy on the table of a timing card, this energy for KEHLANI is going to be transformational with this girl, especially with the death card here. So we, again, remember she got the card of transformation in a sense where she's going to elevate. She's going to evolve. So this energy is going to push her to evolve, okay? The energy that they run into the red tape is KEHLANI like to play games. She do. It is what it is. That's what she gonna do, okay? But this is a situation too where these two work really well together, okay? Creatively, her and K1, you know, they're not only going to be able to collaborate on projects and do things together, but also you can see some more things coming from them in the future, you know. And let me say something too, guys. This is a relationship too between the two of them. It can be like a seed underground, you know, kind of just forming, and you know, I date you, you date me, I enjoy you, you enjoy me, and then maybe we go our separate ways at some point. And what I don't mean go separate ways like break up, but y'all understand what I mean by maybe it's a situation where if they in a current relationship and they dating and they around each other every day, and then eventually somebody got to go home, somebody got to go to work, right? But the bottom line is, when I say that, whichever way, and even just what I mean is like a pause where they don't have to be, if they're not in a relationship and not living together is what I'm saying, right? But this is a situation where it's going to grow over time, and it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow, right? And this relationship can also teach KEHLANI some huge lessons relationship-wise, right? Both of them it's a highly sexual attraction and energy between the two, right? But it's like at some point they bump heads. At some point conflict is on the table, because with these two, it's the energy of both of them can move around and do their thing, okay? So they can run into the conflict, and let me say, when they get into it, this thing can come up unpredictable, because you got both that Aries energy and K's Mars is there. That's a huge energy when they get into it, right? And eventually this can cause them to have a breakdown or take a pause. But the energy with K1 is in the pause, if they take one, or if they have taken one or about to take one, when you see the hangman in this energy, it's about new perspective, right? So this is a whirlwind a situation where they can be dating off and on too, K1 and KEHLANI. Because at some point they have a tower moment, right? where they have a complete breakdown. And you can clearly see it right here with the hangman in place, okay? But again, remember, this is a connection to me of lessons that KEHLANI will eventually and can evolve from. You got the 6 of coins because it's even reciprocity between the two, right? So even 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Let's just say they go through what they go through. And, you know, they ain't dealing with each other for a minute or whichever way it goes. This is, like I said, winter. Like I said, it's a slow roll. And bit by bit, if they have the breakdown, they find a way to hear it. Look at the last 2 cards. Them two can go. They can go distance. Over a period of time, though. You got me? Like, this can form, you know, in the ladder. Because it's going to be lessons in the breakdown with this particular connection, right? And you see it. Grief, solitude, but you choose love. Look, I can't make the messages up. You got the breakdown between them at some point. The conflict is here, the fight, right? It's alternative relationship, not by the rules. It brings a tower moment where we see a breakdown happen. But eventually, they work through it. They choose love, soul family. And remember, life ain't no sprint. It's a marathon, right? And these two can come together in what? Divine timing. I can't make it up. Soulmate energy. Ain't that something? Look at it. Ain't that a cute card? Wow. I did not expect to see none of that, right? That's what's up. So that's between K1 and KEHLANI, guys. So now let's ask. And we got her and Victoria Monet. So let's ask what's ahead for K. And then we're going to get into the messy cards. I'm going to flip real quick. Also, since we're right here, and I'll just do like Oracle real quick. Or, you know, 1 or 2 cards for how K1 and how she feel about KEHLANI. Because we got to ask from their point of view. But this is all K, right? And we'll also ask about how Victoria Monet feel. And we move, right? Move on. So let's ask. So angels. Thank you, Spirit. What's ahead? Oh, we know it's some good stuff, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Timing. We're going to hear some stuff about her in the next few weeks. But collaborations are here for her ahead, for sure. Might even hear about a tour, a new project, a show, something within a month's time or by the next full moon, okay? She in motion. Like I said, fresh starts for K. She making it happen. She gonna see a lot of success, a lot of breakthroughs ahead for her as far as career goals, collaboration. We gonna see more collaborative projects from her. Very active and moving forward, and it's gonna be successful too. She does have grief on the table, so something is ahead. You know, it's a possibility, you know, with family and home. Jupiter in Cancer, the retrograde is coming up at the last day of this month. So in that energy, you know, maybe it could be something with family or home that can bring some form of a breakdown, okay? Ace of Wands is here. Like I said, that's passionate, fresh start. So a lot, and let me say this is also fiery energy in love, okay? But it's also a very passionate start, okay? She got a, I'm gonna say something because that's like the last, another card in regards to K. She will be releasing her limiting beliefs, but she may really struggle with her mental strength, okay, and her mental health, allegedly. Remember, everything here is all alleged, in my opinion, okay? But for her, it's about taking back her power, okay? Whatever that means to her personally. And I'm sure she'll know in regards to that, right? Because it's some things that she deal with, is what I'm trying to say to y'all. I like to explain it as best as I can. Kind of like how you used to have your inner demons, your inner turmoil that you have to work through, right? Complete transformation for her, okay? A total, we're going to see a new KEHLANI ahead, okay? Transformation was already on the table, but this just solidifies it, okay? And it's going to be through relationships. Ace of Wands is action, it's passion, right? Continuing to go against the grain in life, but freedom is here for her as well, okay? She's going to continue to go against the status quo, and she's going to continue to shine, okay? And blessings for K too. Listen, she got an energy. It's fresh starts with her quickly. We could be hearing some good energy and good news from her just as soon as even within the next few days, okay? But within the summer months, it's up. And as far as love go, in time for her, okay? But for right now, she gonna enjoying herself and she doing her thing. But as far as her projects and creativity, through the roof. Lessons are on the table, okay? So it's lessons that's going to transform her. So we going to see a whole nother, and look, this is a 1 year. So this is the year where she will, and can possibly see possibilities of transformation and growth in her on a lot of levels, right? So let's ask about Victoria Monet and how she felt about KEHLANI, and then we'll ask about K1, and then we're going to get into the messy cards, okay? Let's see. Try not to go real long, but let's get into it. Dear guys, please give me all clear and precise messages, clear and precise messages, clear and precise messages. My name. Victoria Monet. And the energy. Energy around them. What was the breakdown? The outcome of the breakup. Let's see. See what happened. How she feel about Kay. We're gonna ask Spirit. Let's ask Victoria Monet. Tar Sun. So soulmate connection, guys. We spotted that out the gate, huh? Once y'all had brought that to my attention. Let's see. Energy around Victoria and KEHLANI. Energy around the breakdown. How she feel about her. Right now. Very precise messages. Let's see. That one. And we'll take it. Let's see. She feel about her spirit. These long, and y'all know my hands small. Victoria Monet. There we go. Okay. So I can tell you right now, she is so attracted to her. That's the energy that I got too, right? Like she broke her heart. Look how that lady just looking up. That's the energy Victoria Monet give, right? When it comes to KEHLANI, like, KEHLANI did a number on her, baby. She a mess, okay? Ooh, mirrored each other. These are powerful cards. Look, the messages are right here. Really, really highly attracted to her. But she had to look at the bigger picture. She knew that KEHLANI wasn't going to be do right. And the breakdown comes in comparison. They mirrored each other's soul. You see that? I can't make the messages up. And this Victoria Monet energy, which is what? She had to make a decision to move forward and grow. Ascension and tension. The tension and the breakdown between them. So she had to do what? Move forward. Ascend. Ain't that something? Ooh, wait. Right? Give me 1 to 3. 1 to 3. 1 to 3 now. Victoria Monet. Tarzan. How she feel about She said it right here too. I just want to see 1 to 3. We're gonna look. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Victoria Monet. She needs to break down. Spirit 3. She around them. Where they'll land at. What's the again, like I said, look, she really was attracted to her. I can't make it up. This just backs it up. Queen of Coins, and that's KEHLANI is a Taurus sun, right? You know, highly attracted to her. Really was in love with her. Sending messages. And KEHLANI admitted this. Look at that King of Swords in reverse. Listen. Okay, listen, there go y'all answer. That's just what it is. The cards just said the same thing as this. 1, 2, 3. And again, new perspectives ahead, okay? So, not necessarily a relationship, but maybe, like we said, in time. Remember with that Saturn and the messages and the cards, can become cool, cordial. You get what I'm trying to say, y'all. It's in the messages, right? But very highly attracted to her. And she felt this broke her. This broke her heart. This broke her heart, Victoria Monet. Just so y'all know. So let's ask about K1 and let's get on into the messages. Let's see how she feel about KEHLANI. Which, let's see. K1. Energy around her. How she feel about it? Tarzan. Let's get into it. Oh boy, these are dope. Well, I almost don't even have to pull it off. Let's see how she feel. About K. That's what's up. And I'm going to say something. That's a real passionate connection that old girl had. I can't stress it enough, even with the cards and the messages, right? Suck the soul out that girl. That girl don't know which way she going, okay? You know you wrong, girl. Thank you. Energy around K1. Okay. Let's see. Hey, let me just tell you something. I ain't even pulled these cards, but ain't y'all ready to laugh? Look at the focal point. Sexy time. Baby, they have a... Ooh, I'm sorry, YouTube. My bad. But, yeah. Y'all seen that? It's a nice, sexy time them folks been having, right? Ooh, they flow. They in the flow, baby. She fills her cup. I can't make the messages up. Sneaky though. Both of them. See how that lady got her hands tied behind her back? Remember I said that this is where they gonna come into the conflict, right? But baby, it's a passionate thing. This is a connection between the two of them, okay? Sleepless. Sure. Causing each other a little grief here and there. Body work, baby, they gets into it. I can't even show what that card look like, okay? But baby, she is attracted to her body, all right? Very much so. I'm gonna put flow right there. Ain't that interesting? Sneaky link. Let me see. Sure, these cards are something else. I wasn't ready for these cards. Y'all laughing. Make sure I move them around. I hope I don't have to. Listen. How's K1 spirit? Give me one. Three K1. Sneaky. I said it. The cards do not play, do they? Wow. 1, 3. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Oh. Baby, they into it. They all into each other. Okay. About each other, but they gonna get into it at some point. They gonna get into it. She like her. She very highly attracted to her. Playing games with each other though. There's some secrets in the mix. And look, cause they sneaky. This K1, y'all, she sneaky, baby. See that 3 of Cups in reverse? She gonna do her thing. And you know what's interesting about her? This card represents in the way that it is, it's about, you know, when you see the 4 coins, but far as this go, with the card that is by, and she can detach. So see, that's the difference between her. Victoria Monet is more loving. She needs love and self-care. This one right here, gonna do her thing. She like KEHLANI, highly attracted to her, really like her vibe. It's good energy and loyalty on the table. But this one right here, sneaky. And this one right here gonna move around and do what she wanna do. So when KEHLANI feel like she wanna go left, this one gonna go right? She know how to detach. So this is energy that's why at some point they work. Y'all see that 6 of Wands? And we gonna be seeing a lot more of them too. This is about, you know, fame and recognition, right? But this is why this relationship work. Because this one right here, she know how to move around. And she gonna do what she wanna do. So this will transform KEHLANI, because this one right here is going to put KEHLANI to the test. And it's going to happen all in, over a period of time, in due time. So watch it unfold. Ain't that interesting? But she fooled with her though. Highly attracted to her. But this one right here going to do what she want to do. She ain't caught up. It's a difference, right? That's interesting. I'm glad I flipped. So let's get into the messy cards and see what's up. I'm gonna start shuffling. I had already blessed them, so. I can just start stacking over. I just want to. Thank you, Spirit. Energy around them. Okay. You got spiritual narcissists. And don't KEHLANI got energy around there where people were saying something about, she had some energy with, I think the children father or something, saying something in regards to her being in a cult So I don't know what she had going on in that time frame, but that messages are hearing on the table. Plot twist, see? Unexpected events, sudden change. That's the tower moment. That's ahead, you know, and also sudden change. Something's gonna happen. A shakeup is coming on blast, outing personal info, being called out, public humiliation. Okay. So see, salty, feeling wrong, bitter and dramatic jealousy, energy around how Victoria Monet felt. Feeling like she was taken for a ride. When you see repo or default on payments like that, this just means to me the energy in relationship, like, you know, like it just didn't work, you know? It didn't work. Let's keep going. So, family, what's up? Messages. Okay. Cycles. Remember I said in time. I can't make it up. Change and completion. This is going to transform her. New beginnings and new cycles for K. Family, home, and commitment is on the table, okay? Detachment. Remember I said that girl know how to pull away and move around, baby. Detachment and cold. Unexpected. Be ready for the unexpected. Y'all see we got that message 3, 4, 5 times so far. And energy around wintertime. That's the second time in card that they got a winter, okay? Rebirth energy. All right? Expression and truth. There you go. All right. I can't wait to flip these other cards. Hold on. Definitely got to get some relationship. Thank you, Spirit. K1. There we go. All right, y'all ready? Resistance, secret admirer, and suppressing, timid energy is on the table. Perspective, y'all see that? Better off, happiness, clear head space. Victoria Monet, remember I said she had the ascension intention, gain perspective, right? Heart fog, because KEHLANI was giving those mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up, thinking, you know, missing you, craving you, desiring you. We saw a lot of that energy on the table. Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, and resilience, okay? Memories, reminiscing and dwelling that things are bittersweet. Abandoned, that's how she felt, left out in the cold and walked away on her. And those are the messages that I saw. Ain't that crazy? Thank you, Spirit. Back it up. I love to pull these messy cards towards the end for us, right? Till it finish off telling the story, right? So let me see. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. And look, when I put it in, the same one popped out for KEHLANI. When I say she a whole mess, I can't do it. Well, she got me over here laughing, girl. Ooh, child, what we gonna do with you? Okay, so this okay, thank you. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we got butterflies, feeling complete, can't stop smiling, happiness and devotion. So she get butterflies around her. Yeah, I love it. Heartstrings, stringing along, entrapment, playing with people's feelings. KEHLANI, jealousy, rumors, pettiness, being envious, and talking behind each other's back. Tether, telepathy, intuition, and dreams. Heart songs, isn't that what they shared between each other? Muse, inspired by you. Listening to music, emotional bond, and song lyrics. And there go y'all confirmation of their connection, right? Wow, spirit don't play. Union on the table. Y'all see that? Reconciliation coming back, making it work, second chance. So if her and old girl have a breakdown, remember I said that you could see it in the messages. Clown, degrading appearances, shame, humiliation. Something coming out now. Some secrets. We saw the high priestess. So ravenous, uncontrollable desires, appetite for sex, insatiable, and hunger for pleasure. And baby, that came out for K, so that's how she be doing them girls, and that's why they can't see the forest from the damn trees. Ain't that something? Girl. Spirit guys, keep y'all clear for say this. Oh, I cannot with her got me over here laughing. Oh, wow. Woo. Okay, we got it. Sorry about that, y'all. Dang. Quite a few. Let's take it. We got it. So all this energy is about karma. Y'all see that? All right. Weighing things out. Cause and effect. Choices. Wants to make things right. And I'm going to say something. Even in KEHLANI intention, she come across as that, but she could maybe do the opposite, right? Clarity and truth coming out and have already come out, right? So past and present, heightened intuition and seeing things, okay? And I could imagine that both of them are very, very highly intuitive with both having Pisces moons, okay? Belief systems and facade is on the table. Conditioning, expectations, conformity, evaluating long-held beliefs and awakening. Didn't I say that she was going to transform? And wasn't we talking about how the placements go? You can do the shit to sell out, but through that Scorpionic energy, you transform deeply into who you're supposed to become. Look at that. There go the confirmation. I love the messages. Thank you, Spirit. Separation, love, loving, longing, abandon, divorce, broken dreams, heartbreak, and grief. So, girl heart was really broke. Reflecting, shadow work. Remember I said it was a mirror. Remember they got, balance, opposition, soul searching, deep introspection, evaluation, hermit energy, void, and period. Wow, can't make the messages up. Trust and divine timing. Look at that, twice. That's a backup card for divine timing. Greater forces are at play, release control. All is working out for your highest good. Structure and foundation. Didn't I say lessons and discipline on the table for K? I can't make it up. Wants to build a foundation, bring balance and building. Slow and steady wins the race. I said over time, them going through their conflicts, they can, start to form a steady bond. But it's going to be slow and steady. I said that. It's about building. Loss is on the table, so look out for that in regards to, her. I saw that on the table. So not feeling enough, missing someone, or feeling left out in the cold. And that also could have been the energy of how Victoria Monet felt, right? So let's see what lies beneath with these. And then we're going to get into the T cards. We got 2 more decks. So let's see. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Whoa, she got a lot of stuff to say. I should. All right. Victoria Monet. Yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. Ooh, this shit broke her down to pieces. Victoria Monet, po thing. Okay, 1, 2. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, 1. Okay, 1. Sneaky, baby. She go push your best. Okay. Ooh, with K1, a situation is about to explode. Things are about to pop off in flames. Remember, it's a tower moment. So at some point, these two have a breakdown, but it has to happen is what it looks like. It's the inevitable. Remember, tower is the inevitable. And it led with the astro card Uranus. Emotional intelligence is I love that. I just said that. Investigating. Somebody gonna find out some stuff about each other, even have already found out and going forward. Remember, truths are coming out. This fell out when I said Victoria name. So this was a situation with KEHLANI where things really fell apart. Like, she felt that way, right? K, you gotta cut it out. Promiscuous, sleeps around, a temptress, free for all, steals your man. You know what? Fulfilling in a fantasy, okay? Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. So it is a fight and an argument and a breakdown ahead. And then, KEHLANI and no girl got into it, right? So destroyed, shattered, broken, and completely ruined. And that's how baby girl felt. Aww. And look, I already knowing the tea. Somebody, I already know the tea, right? Recording, look, announcing, expressing, and revealing the truth. So we know truths are coming out, baby. They are coming out. You hear me? So let's get some T cards. We're going to pull these for sure. Thank you, Spirit. All right, thank you, Spirit. That was on top too. Okay. There is one. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get one more. I guess it failed. We're gonna have to take it, and there we go. Let's get into it. So, good karma. I said some good things ahead for her, especially career-wise, okay? Something done in good faith is coming back multiplied. Energy never disappears. It circulates, okay? Remember, Sneaky Sneaky came out. K1, Secret Affair. But look, we know it's whatever's happening comes out, right? They thought they could hide it, but whispers are growing louder. Affairs rarely stay hidden forever. Look, it's the energy around what could have happened too with Victoria Monet and the breakdown between her and KEHLANI, right? And we do know drama queen energy is on the table, all right? Between them, going back and forth, watching the breakdown happen. And this is the energy of KEHLANI. She always breaking free. But you see how that butterfly and a cocoon, she about to really transform. We about to see her, a whole new her. I love it. The audacity. That look like Victoria Monet right there, huh? She felt like, bitch, you did that to me. You broke my heart. Ain't that funny? Let me let y'all see that. Y'all laughing at the house? These cards be a trip. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, who living a double life? The double life. Y'all, I cannot make it up. Someone is juggling stories, identities, or relationships, baby, and have hope and no one notices the overlap. But lies are detected, okay? So that could be the energy between the and all of them, right? Lies detected. A version of the truth was offered, but it's curated, calculated, or conveniently incomplete. Victoria Monet felt backstabbed. Y'all see that? She felt backstabbed. Trust was offered and loyalty was assumed, but beneath the surface, betrayal has been brewing. Well, we know status symbol on the table. KK, yeah, and Victoria. Someone's chasing symbols instead of substance and wondering why it feels empty. Didn't I say that was the energy of that Taurus transforming up into that scorpionic power and becoming a more grounded and, all around person and being that you're supposed to be and moving out of the superficial? When I tell you the cards don't play, thank you, Spirit. Look, that's ain't that something? Wow. All right, let's get the love deck, T. We got one more deck and we out of here. I didn't want to make it long, but you know I'm going to flip these decks for y'all. We got to see, right? So, Spirit, please get out. Victoria Lane. What made me call her name first is be meant sometimes. It ain't been no. Let's see. It's a message for her. My nose was itching too. She real fragile, her energy. Strong but then fragile, right? And she's a Taurus. Okay, we'll take it. All right, and then okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say something. That's the third time we ain't got the same card. But infatuation energy is on the table. Ain't it? These cards are so cute. Look. Infatuation. It feels electric, but remember, it's easy to make a mistake. A new crush for love. Keep your heart in check while you ride that high. You see that? And that could have been an energy around, you know, when they first met. And even with both relationships, right? But we know KEHLANI got commitment issues. I can't make it up. Someone here is afraid to fully commit, whether they admit it or not. Emotional walls are high, and avoidance is running the show. Secret admirer. Somebody got a secret admirer on the table. There's someone in your orbit who's totally into you, but they haven't found the nerve to make a move. Divine timing is here again. That's the third time. Third time's the charm. Divine timing is key in KEHLANI's life. With this, all of this in her situation and all the things that she's dealing with in her current life cycles, right? So things may feel slow or uncertain, but the universe is right on time. Love is unfolding exactly when it's meant to be. Remember, I said her and that girl can evolve. Even if it's not K1, right? Which we asked, so yeah, it can be for sure for them. But for KEHLANI, in due time, as she makes a transformation. Secrets and lies on the table. Can't make it up. Not everything is, here is what it seems. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting the connection. Well, we know what that means. Go with it where you may. Afraid to love. Maybe that's the energy that she can kind of hold deep. Maybe when she get too close, that's what make her pull back, right? KEHLANI, it's natural to guard your heart, but remember, every leap of faith is a chance for a beautiful landing. Okay, aligned future. I'm telling you, something good is in the mix. Remember, good karma also is on the table. In relationships, her old girl must have been undefined. You see that? You sharing energy, time, and maybe even intimacy, but no one's naming what this is. And if you feel uncertain, it's because the foundation is unclear. And that, to me, that's giving the energy between them, right? But this is what Victoria Monet choosing, to love in herself. And this is also the energy around KEHLANI. Compatibility. K1, y'all see that? Comfortability. This is the kind of connection that doesn't require performing. You can be messy, quiet, soft, or strong and feel accepted. And maybe that's the way she made old girl feel too, right? Victoria Monet. Cosmic connection between the two of them, K1 and K. The connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in other lifetimes and other dimensions, okay? And maybe that's how KEHLANI feel when she get ready to get the hell on and move around on you. She could be feeling trapped. Remember, we saw that 8 of Swords. You can't tie her down. She got Sagittarius in her partnership house too. So feeling trapped isn't a part of the love deal. If there's no key in sight, it might be time to break free. She be getting the heck on. So let's do the last deck. And then we're going to keep it since it popped out. Just that's a spirit. Spirit. twin flames. Good energy around KEHLANI. Thank you, Spirit. Victoria Monet. Taurus. Okay. Taurus. Okay. Energy around KEHLANI. Alright. She keep getting the same messages too. One more card for K1 as we close out. One more card. Alright, there we go. Alright, so one thing we led with is crazy because we end with the same card, Sacred Mirror. So mirrored souls, right? And remember, we came in with opposition, but it's also the opposite of opposition is bringing balance. So all these things have to play out life cycles. And we got more than enough confirmation cards. 3 times the charm where everything happens in divine timing, right? So you got the connection reflects not only your wounds, but your power, your patterns, and your potential. These truths can only rise in the light of real intimacy. Remember, I said it was real intimacy, between them. So KEHLANI got weathered storms, all right? This is a situation where she finally get into a relationship where this love can possibly weather the storm. Remember, I said that, right? Future vision, we know pushing forward, okay? So this is not just about today. They both look ahead and see each other there, and you're walking towards it hand in hand. That could be a girl, after it's growing, pains and all the good things. Building together. That's how this KEHLANI cards now, okay? And this is how she can move around sometimes. Silent treatment, right? So she'll get into withholding, okay? And that's what create the breakdown and confusion, like with her and old girl, Victoria Monet, right? So we know that they're apart. This K1. So long distance, they're gonna be traveling and stuff, right? And that's what that means. It said, take strength to love across miles, all right? Dealing with unmet needs and invisible walls. The connection isn't just psychic, it's emotional too. So this is K1 cards, guys, okay? But K1 like to play around. This is her third card, a third party. Sneaky, right? So we know that Aries gonna do what she wanna do, and that's what gets KEHLANI together because she got options over here, okay? K1 too. So, there's someone else in the energy field, and their presence is creating distance, doubt, or distortion. But she fuck with KEHLANI. Look, new adventures ahead. She like, I look forward to going on adventures on you, but hey, I can take it or leave it. It's the energy that I get for K1. She like her, but she ain't on no deep end. All right? This is the energy around Victoria Monet and what she sees for her life. This is what she desires. She desires enduring love, guys. She desires shared purpose, right? When you're on the same mission, you're not distracting each other from purpose. You're helping each other fulfill it. She's wanting to manifest that in her life. Enduring love. You can picture the two of you growing old together, sharing stories, still finishing each other's sentences. This is a love that grows stronger with time, right? But she keep running into toxic cycles. And this is Victoria Monet. You've run this loop so many times it feel like fate, but it's just a pattern waiting to be broken, okay? So she gonna hold on to her core values, Victoria Monet, and parenthood ahead for her at some point. And based on her, she may move forward to, wasn't she married at some point? I don't know. I got to look and see. I'm going to go full clips. I was trying to look them up, but I want to say that Victoria Monet was married. And then she, from my understanding, I don't know who she dated after that. But I guess after that, KEHLANI. But I don't know if it was anybody in between that. So y'all sound off in the comments and let me know. But this is where she desires. This is her desire. And so we closed out with, which, hey, this been real, y'all. But everything is about a mirror, okay? And finding the balance, okay? Learning the lessons in love and relationships. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, peace and love, and I'll see y'all guys soon and quickly in the next one. Look forward to the next 4 zodiac signs. They up there, y'all. Aries is up there. Gemini, Taurus, and Cancer, okay? So y'all should see this one. And after this, I'm working on a surprise one for y'all that y'all asked me. It's 2 requests. So the second one as well. And I'm feeling like I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I'll keep y'all posted. But keep those notification bells on and just know the next 4, I'm working on getting them on out of there. After you see this, y'all will see Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, and Libra. Okay? And then tomorrow, the last 4 signs. And we're going to get into talking about the summer solstice as well and how it affects y'all coming in on Sunday. So peace and love, guys, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one. Thanks for watching the Common Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family, and I'll see you guys in the next one.